catch people up. We have a standoff in Old Town.
And what we know is that SWAT is on the scene, armored vehicles are on the scene, and this may be a route you want to take to get home or your loved ones, so let them know to avoid the area. But again, we have SWAT officers, armored vehicles, a huge police presence along Douglas between St. Francis and Meade, and this is a live picture of the briefing we are about to hear.
Okay, we'll take you there now live. You may get a little chatter before and after the briefing, but that's what this is. So we'll get you there, and they'll start that here in just a second.
All right. We good? All right. Around 12:45 this afternoon, officers responded to a domestic assault call at 612 East Douglas. Officers arrived on scene, located a female victim who stated that she was assaulted with a weapon by a person also living inside the residence with her. Officers made several attempts to try and contact the subject inside of that residence to no avail. They tried multiple times, a little after 12:45 when they tried to contact this individual and were not able to do so. Shortly before, or a little after 3 o'clock, we declared this a barricaded subject, to where now we have our SWAT team officers out trying to make contact with the suspect, as well as our negotiators as well.
You said they responded to domestic violence call?
Yes, a domestic disturbance.
Do you have any current status on the female?
The victim is fine. She is talking to our police officers and investigators.
Is she still in there, like in the building?
No, she is not in the building.
Or the man, the woman, a couple, right?
Yes, they live together.
Okay.
So is the suspect refusing to talk to y'all at this point?
That is information we're not going to share at this time.
Did you say what kind of weapon?
Just a weapon. We're not going to share what type of weapon at this time. Well, what we did do was evacuate the businesses in the area. We also evacuated the residents who are inside 612 East Douglas. Any resident who is still inside that apartment, we asked them to shelter in place until our officers are able to escort them out safely.
How long do you think this area is going to be shut down?
Until this situation can be resolved.
Does he have any demands?
Again, we're still working to try and talk with the suspect.
Do you have any approximate age ranges of both suspect and victim?
Not at this time, no.
Do you know the
Suspect, man or
person
woman?
that is inside, like the man who did the... Sorry. Have police encountered this person before, the suspect inside?
That's something we're still looking into,
Okay.
but at this point in time, I don't know if we encountered him or if law enforcement encountered him before, but that is something we are looking into as part of our investigation.
Could you tell me, like...
Has the female called in before, or?
That is something we'll have to look into.
You said it was a male that did the assault?
Yes.
Could you give me an estimate of how many officers are out here on scene?
I can't give you an estimate. As you can see from the multiple vehicles out here, we have plenty of law enforcement out here. Number one, our SWAT personnel, our negotiators, and also patrol officers to make sure that the area that's shut down, to make sure that we don't have not only vehicular traffic, but also pedestrian traffic walk through the area where we are operating in.
And there's no injuries, correct?
At this time, I don't believe there are injuries at this time.
And the individual with the weapon, has somebody that the police have dealt with before? Is this like a reoccurring?
Again, that's something we are looking into. All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I have that microphone, sir?
All right. So again, recapping what he said, this came into to them about 12:45. They've been working on this for hours. A suspect injured a woman. It was domestic violence calls. She is okay, according to police, but it's still a situation where he's barricaded.
And that was the Wichita Police Department there. Now, we don't know what kind of weapon, so the domestic assault call came in according to Wichita Police, which is who you're just hearing from there. But we do know that SWAT is there.
And negotiators.
And negotiators.
So, but they mentioned for a long time that they were trying to get a hold of the suspect and were unsuccessful. Yeah. So hopefully they can get a hold of him soon.
So that area, for anybody in that area or that would be, the businesses there in the area in the 600 block of Douglas have been evacuated, as has that apartment complex. So that will stay that way, Wichita Police say, until this is resolved. So it could be a long situation there. So if you have any business in that area, you'll want to put that off until it's resolved. And again, that's evacuated now and will stay that way, according to police, until they resolve a situation. involving domestic violence, and we're told a weapon. We do not know what kind of weapon.
Yep.
But we do know SWAT is on scene. Okay, we'll get an update again from there before we leave you in the 4 o'clock newscast, of course, at 5 and 6, and at kwch.com and the KWCH app. We'll be right back.